Okay, welcome to Buchla Break number 2. In Buchla Break number 1, I've basically went through, told you about each of these modules, and then thanks to Vineglass on Muffs, he asked if I could say why I chose this array of modules, and it's pretty simple. Two things. I'm interested in building a set of 200 modules as a performing instrument. As you saw last week, I'm interested in live patching. Last week I believe I began with hardly any patch cords, maybe just one, and built up some simple patches. So live performance is what I'm exploring right now. So a live performance instrument built on 200 modules. Of course, I don't have all 200 modules. I've got a 100 here, some 200 clones, and some 200E. The other reason for the constellation of these is so it gives me the most transformative powers on the fly. You'll notice there's no preset manager, so everything is, I'm either creating it on the spot, or for today, clearly I've come up with a rather complex patch that utilizes almost all the modules. And just let me step you through what some of these are doing, since you probably won't be able to follow the cables. I have a little Korg CL100 contact mic. This is $10, and it's going into the 207R mixer, and it allows me to then bring acoustic instruments into the Buchla. By the way, thanks for asking, Klaus. Guten Abend. I can also hook it up through the 130 envelope detector and actually begin to control pitches and frequency modulate them down here. And let me change the camera angle so you can maybe see all of these. Okay, so forgive the motion. I do not have a steady cam. This is just an iPad on a mic stand. Okay, and now that it's so high I can't really see. Hopefully that gives you a pretty good view of what's going on here. Okay, so for today, what I've done is create a patch that comes into each of these 6 faders on the 207R. Right now I have white noise on channel 1, and the beauty of that, it's going through the 291E. It's being generated, of course, out of the source of uncertainty, but allows me to do live explorations here. Let's see if I'm still in. Yeah, okay, I'm in frame. So this is sort of like live glitching, analogous to glitching, scratching, or circuit bending. Okay, so basically I could, if I use my looper, which I'm not doing today, I would be able to create a whole noise piece just with those modules. Also, not using a looper, what this allows me to do is crossfade between patches, something that you can't quite do with the patch manager and the 200E. I mean, you could, but that's some serious programming. I like the fact that it's immediate, that we can go. Okay, you sort of get the, once again, I'm looking for flexibility and immediacy in the live performance situation. And what I was realizing earlier this week is the perfect example, you know, we all know the difference between digital and analog, but digital is just pushing buttons, analog is twisting knobs. Digital binary, analog curvilinear. And I love the feel of this constellation of modules. So let's see, we got all this going. Oh yeah, so for instance, on channel 2, I have the 259E going, just the modulation oscillator, which I can then frequency modulate. And play with, of course. And then on track 3, I've got, fader 3, I've got the principal oscillator. And it's hooked up, as you can see, to the module morphin. What I like about the morphin is, besides giving, if I want discrete pitch sequences, it's there. Also, as Django's Fire, as Adam has pointed out, you can totally shift and modulate control voltages and have discrete control voltage manipulation using morphin 2. But right now it's hooked up, and the sequence is hooked up to the fluctuating random voltages, so I can, by just twisting that knob, stall it out. And then, of course, go through the morphin. Okay, and over here we've got the 259E, the modulation oscillator, being frequency modulated through the 291E right here. And that, of course, then is also modulating the principal oscillator, which is coming through a different envelope to give me slow growing envelopes. Okay, let that play for a second here. So see if there's anything else I'm missing here. This, of course, allows me to, everything's modulating everything else. It takes a while to grok that all. It also is fun to just explore. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try to cut this out at around 12 and a half minutes, because I've noticed Ustream brings in the big commercial that you can't defeat at around 12 and a half minutes. So for the next 3 minutes, I'm just going to explore crossfading among these patches and messing with them. So no looping, just crossfading. Okay, thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Bye.